Today the vibrations are too many, Abby. There's no need to talk. But as I was telling just now, Gavin, that your minds have a habit of talking all the time, so I have to speak to stop talking. Today most of us are here realized people, and our daily people who come down and who have known a lot about Kundalini, have learnt a lot. Perhaps I do not know if you realize how much you have matured and how much you really know such a lot about Kundalini, about human beings, their chakras, how it catches, and about the divine power that is all pervading and so subtle. All these things have come to you so suddenly, and as if you are open to it, and suddenly you've got it, and it's all dawned on you. So the whole thing looks like sudden awakening within, and awareness that has enlarged suddenly, and you can feel everybody's vibrations, you can feel their chakras, you can raise their Kundalini, you can give them realization. And some people who have been never able to speak a word about anything on a platform can now speak about it because the confidence has come through experience. Because you were just ready for it, in the sense that you are all built that way. Like suddenly we find on a tree, lots of flowers appear, and then suddenly one day we find lots of fruits appear. In the same way it has happened to you. Suddenly a flower becomes a fruit, and the fruit is not aware that it has become a fruit. And then he starts seeing that he's become a fruit, and he doesn't realize how much he has suddenly achieved as a fruit, as a matured personality. Thank you. It is a very spontaneous, inbuilt process which fulfills itself. But still some of you have been with SahajaYoga for quite some time, and naturally they know much more, and they are much more deeply aware about many things which all of you are not. And that's why if they are having this seminar, I hope you all take advantage of it. That will help you to do better justice to yourself and to your realization. It's a good chance you'll be there. I hope I'll be there as many days it is possible, but I'll be there. Today's subject is, which is not Kundalini so much, because I talked to you about Kundalini, but there are again new people today, and it's rather difficult to shift to another subject on which I was wanting to speak to you very much, and I don't know if I should really. Hello, Peggy, how are you? So what should I do? Again, going through the Kundalini process, should I tell you how many army people can come forward? I think let's see how many army. Let's come forward. Those who have come for the first time. You can sit here in front, in the front. Yeah. Yes. I'll give you in very short what is a Kundalini, what is Kundalini awakening, how it rises, how it is placed within us. Now you can see in this diagram. Now you don't have to believe in whatever we are saying. Those who are new people, for them I am saying, because those who are not have already experienced it. They have seen the Kundalini rising, they have seen the pulsation of the Kundalini with their own eyes. Even if you want, we can show you that. But you have to keep your mind open and see for yourself. Some of you will not have experience at the first moment. Most of them have it. Some of them get it and lose it because of certain problems that you have within yourself. And the Kundalini tries to improve you, cure you, and again she establishes you. So it is not a instant business, but it is also for people who are very innocent or who are not hurt so far by any damages, or who are absolutely in a perfect health condition, mental condition, spiritual condition. But normally you don't get people like that. So the Kundalini rises, no doubt, but it goes back again to those places to cure them and put it right and make it again healthy, the portions that are not yet working or have not yet started working, because it is a nourishing energy, it is the vital energy, it is all energies put together. Now I'll show you the three energies that are within us mainly. Of course we have the fourth one, which we need not bother just now. But the three energies I'm talking about, which are expressed in the medical terminology as a sympathetic nervous system, left and right, and also the central system of parasympathetic nervous system. Which these three systems are gross systems which we see outside. But there is a subtle channel inside which expresses or which manifests those gross systems that work in our body. Now the two left and right sympathetic nervous systems are manifested through the left and right channels which are shown here. Now see, the left one is the one called as Ida channel. It is the subtle channel within us placed on the left hand side of the central channel, and the right side one is placed on the right hand. Now this one is called as the Pingala and the left one is called as the Ida Nadi. The central one is the one which expresses our parasympathetic nervous system, is placed, if you see it in the brain, halfway down. It's not complete, it's the parasympathetic. That is, up to that point human awareness has reached. It shows that in our central nervous system, only up to that point our awareness has reached. Now this is all nothing important. You don't worry, it may look a little bit too much for the brain, so you just don't worry. It's as simple as putting on the light. But putting on the light has a mechanism behind it which works it out. So it's my everyday duty now, whenever I come here, to tell you about the mechanism first and then give you the experience. Because you see, your mind won't stop. That's why I have to tell you about the mechanism. And that's why I'm trying to tell you the mechanism that is within us, which works out our sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. So these three systems are absolutely, in a subtle way, exist inside the spinal cord. And these are three channels which are there, out of which the central one breaks through, and the most of it comes down into the triangle bone and is settled down there as the germinating force, or you can call the residual force, is settled down there, waiting for its time and chance when someone who is authorized to give you your rebirth, it rises. Now Kundalini awakening is a subject dealt with in the Vedas, even earlier than that. So you can say thousands of years back, many seers in India, because see, India, you know, is a very ancient country, and people have seen this Kundalini there, and they have seen how it rises and all that, and they have mentioned about it. It has nothing to do with a particular country or with a particular religion or anything. It is within every human being, it is placed there. But the confusion came through by, I don't know how people confuse things, always they confuse, see. So they confused Kundalini with something very, very funny, and they confused it with sex. And this happened perhaps maybe that because in the last center you see the red center is there, which is placed below the Kundalini, meaning it has nothing to, the Kundalini awakening does not have to pass through the center. This is the center that controls the sex. And this center is governed by a deity which is innocent, which is called as the embodiment of innocence. We can call it as Ganesha in the Sanskrit language, but as we know him, who incarnated on this earth as Jesus Christ, is the same thing. So this innocent deity is sitting there because innocence doesn't know anything about sex. It doesn't understand. It doesn't know what sex is. So the confusion between the Kundalini and sex started by some people, and that was the first gravest mistake and the greatest insult to the Mother Kundalini, which is your own. Everyone has this holy mother, the loving mother, the mother who has cared for you in every life, in every ascent from the time you have come on this earth, again and again in your search. It has been with you. It has recorded all your hankerings and all your asking for and all your temperaments and all your subconscious problems, and everything is taped into that little Kundalini that is 3.5 coil. And it is just settled down there, and when you come before me or anyone of that kind, then the Kundalini just rises up suddenly and shoots off and integrates into these 6 centers which are above and passes through your center of your brain here and comes up to the fontanelle bone area and pierces through. Then your attention becomes one with the subtle. It is easy to understand if you understand, say, an ant. Now, ant, when she crawls on this carpet, she doesn't see the beauty. Animals as such, they never see the beauty. You pass them through the dirtiest possible places, they'll just walk through. They won't see that it's dirty or filthy. They'll walk through. But human beings are subtle. They can see it's smelly, it's dirty, we get the filth, we are walking through the filth. You see, but there are subtler filths which they do not feel. And they can develop that sensitivity, insensitivity I would say, later on by accumulating lots of nonsensical things by which they become insensitive to themselves as human beings, and then they do not mind all kinds of filth getting into their being, which people call it as sin. So this is what happens to human beings, and because of this problem, because of this complication, what happens when the Kundalini rises, which should rise very easily, absolutely smoothly. If your instrument is absolutely smooth and if it is absolutely in the perfect condition, the ascent, or you can say the takeoff, is absolutely smoothest possible. It works out, it goes up and it crosses and pierces the Sahasrara. Now this has been built up in thousands of years within you. It's not today's job. Now when the fruit is created, you should know it has started from the seed and now it has come to the stage of a fruit. Now the fruit does not know how it has become a fruit. In the same way, you are a human being which is being created with very great care and with very great understanding, and you have been told all the time how you should sustain yourself, you should keep on to human level, don't go to extremes, be in the center by all great religions. But we are great, you know. We have denied all that. We said we are on our own. What's wrong in this? I mean, nothing wrong. You can go and break your head against the wall. Nothing is wrong in it. You can go and take poison. Nothing wrong. What is wrong after all? The wrong is the purpose for which you are created. That is not good. For example, see, a vase is being created, beautifully it has been made, supposing it's a glass one with a very beautiful work on it, to put it before, say, I can break myself. All right, go ahead, nothing wrong. You see, it is the same way we become, you see, our ego is challenged. We think, oh, what's wrong? Why shouldn't we do it? Why should we not do it? But it is, whatever is wrong. Whether it is today, whether it was 10,000 years back. Is wrong, and that spoils your path of ascent. So we should understand that whatever we have accepted as good is not fundamentally good. Fundamentally good is an absolute stuff. And that absolute stuff you will only understand when you will reach to the area of absoluteness. The area of absoluteness can only come when you are reborn. That means there is a little stage left in between. For example, this this one is a recording instrument and it is not put to the mains, it is not recording. Now what's wrong? Nothing, it is not recording, that's all. All the care and all the effort we are putting to this making of this one is useless, that's all it is. Nothing wrong. You see, that way relatively if you say it is nothing wrong, but it has lost its power to be what it is. So that is what you have to be yourself. That's why this special instrument very delicately was prepared within you and has been kept there, and the sustenance of it has been told to you, has been asked that you should keep to the center, a certain amount of auspiciousness is to be kept and a certain amount of understanding of your being and its respect must be kept. If you have not kept it, then what have you done is you have destroyed yourself. Then on top of that you are a seeker also. Hear what's wrong and there you are a seeker. Now a seeker must know that there might be some mistakes in your seeking, or maybe that you are not yet equipped, and if that is so, a seeker should never feel hurt if he is told that no, this has to be done, my child, this has to be correct. It is necessary. It is necessary, it is to be done. All the time, whenever great incarnations came on this earth, they told it. Very frankly, they had to tell because people would not listen. You see, they had to tell that this is it, don't do like this. Like Christ said, not I talk of adultery, but of your adulterous eyes. Now tell me in this London, how many people are without adulterous eyes? This is Christ, I said. How many of us have adulterous eyes? And how many do not have? How many have that innocent look on their eyes? Children who are even 12 and 13 years old, thanks to our great creations of our books and BBCs and the human endeavors to make us very interesting and entertaining, what we have done is ruined our basic points here. Now, what's wrong is the point is that it is all wrong. For example, I say now Grand Prix is going on everywhere. Everybody's breaking everybody's neck, and the big, these 5-6 cars going together and everybody dying once and all. Why do it? What is the need? What is the need to have such a thing? I mean, it's simple. For a mother, she will say, what's the need to have this madness? What is the need? To break your necks? Why? People like to see some people die, or what is the thing in this, a sinister happiness within us, that you want somebody to die, something to happen? Is it so? Are we that bad? Are human beings that bad? They cannot be. They are created by God in love. Newspaper people, you go and tell them that, you see, there's something good happening. They say, no, we are not interested. Was there any war? Was there somebody killed? In your India, how many people died of drowning? Let us know that. But if something going good, they don't want to tell the good news. Then they say there is no joy in life. I mean, you are bent upon killing your joy. Every moment it raises its head. So we have to understand today why the Kundalini doesn't rise in some people and why it falls off and what things happen. But it's a very large subject. I have talked about it many a times. But today I want to tell you about the two things which I have not yet talked so much in detail, especially for the Sahajogis who are realized people. So I think you new people have understood a little bit I have told you in short about the Kundalini. If you have any questions, you first ask me, then we'll try to give you realization, and then I have to tell them about some points which I have not yet covered. It's alright? Because it's a combined class. You see, we have here 1-year-old children, and also we have got here 1-day-old children, and there are some who are not yet born. You see, if you put all types of children in one ward, and if the mother has to look after them, some need bottles and some need absolutely complete care, and some are grown-ups. It's very difficult. But then what we can do is to ask the grown-up children to help a little bit, to give the others a little help to come up, and once they come up, then these people also grow up, and that's how we can say the whole group increases, by which more people can come. So it is nice, but I've seen many people come, new people come down, but they do not understand the seriousness of the whole thing. Some of them do get into realization, and some of them get it and then they feel very happy and go home and say, oh, I've got it now, finished. Take Mataji's photograph, I can manage on my own. You cannot. This is another condition of this thing. Is once you get realization, you cannot manage on your own. You sit down at home, work on my photograph, all that. But you have to come to the collective. Because now the time has come to work on a collective being. Like a complete body is needed. You have to have a head, you have to have a heart, you have to have a liver, you have to have everything. You cannot just live as one finger somewhere, another finger somewhere. The work of this emancipation is tremendous. For that, we have to have collective. And that's why you have to come to collective exposure. You all should expose yourself more and more. And those who have followed it up only have matured. Those who have not are still dwarfs. The other day I happened to meet somebody who has been to my program, and she was praising me a lot. She says, Mother, you gave us something and this and that. But I was surprised at her. She had developed no sensitivity much, neither she had done much about it. And 5 years she's done nothing. Another examples I can give you, that some people go to absolutely wrong type of gurus and fake type of people and get stuck up there also. Now, when they are told that you are stuck up at this thing, they feel very hurt, because as if the gurus have paid them, they have not paid the guru. It's very difficult to talk about their guru, because the gurus have sort of, grabbed them. You cannot tell them that this is wrong with you, that's why it is happening. So, sometimes, of course, they realize. We had a very good example of that, I will tell you, is a man. He was a justice of High Court in India, who came to me, and as being a justice, all the people, these gurus are more interested in the justices and the ministers and all the rich people. They grab those people because their main interest is this, to have more power, to have more money, to have all these material things. So they stick on to these people. So this fellow, he came to my program, and at the first shot he got his realization in a very wonderful way. And I felt it, his realization, because he felt some 2 ice balls just came and fell on his hands, and started melting. And I felt the thing that way about him, and it went into him, and he completely got drenched into it. But when I went to his house, and I could see within him also, even if there is light, that doesn't mean there are no shortcomings in this room. You can see all the holes. More with the light you see much more. So because he was a powerful man, he got a good light, no doubt. But I went to his house and I saw all these horrible Guru's photographs. So I told him, Sir, will you please throw them away in the sea? He said, Mother, what are you saying? I said, you just see the vibrations, how terrible it is. He would not listen to me. He would not listen, because he was a justice, So I didn't know how to handle him and tell him, but I told him. And whenever I went to India, he made it a point to come and see me and meet me and do all kinds of things. But I would say still he was not concerned about himself, If he was, he would have listened to me and paid some heed. But he would not, and I told him that these are all fake ones. Then gradually, one by one, started showing their colors, and somebody was found smuggling watches to India, so his photography dropped. Then he found another person having lots of girlfriends, or another one having lots of money from others and all those. Because he was a justice, so he was getting these cases, so he started dropping one by one like that. Still he stuck on to 1 or 2. But I was amazed. at his detachment, the way he was, that in his vibrations I could not find any defect as such. He used to receive my vibrations tremendously, and he loved me very much also. But I was always worried that these people at a time when he will be little bit unaware, then they will grab, and they will definitely pester him. Of this I was very sure, and it has happened. I always wrote letters to people in India when they wrote about him, that how surprising that he is following this guru and that guru, despite your warning, still he is alright, his vibrations are alright. I said, beware, one day he is a strong fellow, but a day will come when he will be cracked. And now this has happened, and he landed up himself into a cancer hospital. Normally after realization no one gets cancer, cannot be, it's impossible. Now there's another case is, there's a lady whom I know, she belongs to England. She's here. She's an Indian lady. Her husband was my professor in the medical college when I was with him, and he remembers me very clearly. And I met them suddenly here. And he has heard about me because I address there are also medical institutions in India. So he was telling me we would like to see this and all that. His wife came in. I tried to give her realization. Many a times I tried, it failed at this. So I asked her, who is your guru? She said, this man is my guru and he's great, he's like this, he's a great personality. I saw this fellow had nothing, he was not a realized soul. Now how to convince her? I said, she's not a realized soul, believe me, he's not a realized soul. How can you call him a guru? He said, no, but he was a great man, he was a great man. I said, but how? You must get realization. You see, even a person on the street could be a realized soul. Maybe a person who is a priest may not. If you are not a realized soul, you are not. Whether you are this or that makes no difference. This is not outside, this is inside. She would not believe. See, she said, no, mother, I have great faith in you and this and that. You give me realization, this thing, that. I told her, now please listen to me. You give up this guru and this thing. She said, all right, whatever you say, I will keep it out. I will not remember him. I gave her realization. All right, she got her realization, everything. But you see, the grip is so great of this guru. She took back all his books and started reading them every morning and doing all the nonsense he had told. So here she is, and if you are in a wrong this thing, then the void that is shown there gets cut. This void gets cut. You can feel it. You can see the Kundalini just doing like this. There are people who have got the void problem here. Ask them, they have had this. The Kundalini shows all pumping itself all around the void. You can see it with your own eyes. It happens. It's absolutely this. You can see yourself and then believe. And then it happened like that. So, you see, I told her, still why your void is catching? There's something wrong with you. She said, no, mother, it's all right. I'm getting the vibrations all right. I said, but don't deceive yourself. There's a void catching. Now, can you believe it? What happened to her? She got cancer. And cancer, where the peritoneum, now see the peritoneum that covers the stomach, is all completely engulfed. Now there is no way of entering into the peritoneum. You cannot touch it because it's a closed site. Now she is in the hospital, and now she's put my photograph. She's confessed to me that this is what I've been following. Now I said, now look at this. Now headache for me, morning till evening to cure this cancer patient. Now I come on this earth to cure these cancer patients. Morning till evening these people don't want to do anything that I tell them, and then they get cancer. Now that cancer moved from her stomach to her lungs. So we are trying. But what a headache. You ask these people, they go, now she's so anxious. She's willing to come to my house, she's willing to do anything, she's throw away the photographs, now she's beating the guru with the shoes and all. But why make me so miserable? Even after getting realization, getting these vibrations also, people are not deep. They do not pay attention to themselves as they should. They do not go deep into themselves. They do not work it out. And then they come and ask me questions. Mother, why is it he's giving realization to so many people? How is it she's working out so well? And why we are? Now you go and ask the person, what is he doing about it? So it is not only that you come here to solve your problems. You SahajaYoga and me for your problems, but you allow me to use you to solve the problems of the world. If you are going to help me in that, then we keep the contract in. But if you are just come, mother, my fiancé is in trouble and he wants me to marry him, I can't marry. Can you arrange our marriage? I do that also. All kinds of things. I tell you, I do that. All kinds of things they come with. You don't know if you listen to them, I don't know what to say. And all kinds of things they come with problems. All right, I'll do it. You see, it is said in the Gita that whatever you tell me, I will do. Ask for the best, ask for the highest. Why are you asking for all these nonsensical things? My boss is angry with me, he troubles me a lot, mother, will you pacify him? Or I'll tell you how to do it. But is that something important? How many bosses you have had, how many marriages you have had, how many children you have had, how many lives you have had, all problems. Now why not take the best? And then when I do not do it, you see, people fizzle out on such nonsensical problems. It's nothing important. Then they say, mother, still I am not feeling all right. What is it? My vibrations are... Why should he? Why should I repair a tape recorder which is not going to work? A simple thing, isn't it? After all, I must be able to use it. Otherwise, why should I? A very selfish point of view I am giving you. Very simple thing. God also solves your problems. He looks after you. He wants to do it for you. But He wants that you should ask for that great joy which He is anxious to. He wants you to develop that maturity. See, even a human father who has a child, now a child asks for a chocolate, he gives it. But then he says, not good for your teeth, my child. Then he tries to develop his awareness. He tries to teach him how to appreciate better things, higher things of life and higher things, isn't it? That's the problem. In the same way, your father wants you to have something higher. So ask for that higher thing and aspire for it and be that. But it is very funny. It is very funny. People do not ask for that. Now what do God gets out of it? Just see. It's one thing you must understand. Despite all his selfishness and all his self-manifestation, what does he do? He has created you just to feel him and to enjoy that eternal joy that really is flowing from his being. And that is within you. He doesn't want you to waste your time in nonsensical things, but come to your senses and enjoy that beauty, that bliss. That's what he wants. What does a father want from his child? A sensible one. I don't know the materialistic type, but I know the real types. What do they want? Their children to prosper. They